by the way, I have to say, as an ambassador to Indian Motorcycle, I don't have any inside information. This is in my contract. I have to say shit like this. And I really don't have any. If I did have inside information, this whole thing would have been edited out and it would have never actually happened. But everything I've like talked about, motorcycle.com, all that stuff, that's all things you guys can find. What is going on, guys? Here for another episode of The Fishbowl, brought to you by me, Fish, also known as Ridingfish on YouTube. I'm here at the Ride Culture compound, and so many people have asked me to go into ride culture a little bit more. Listen, I wanted these guys to be in a podcast and a video. I love these guys here, and I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity just as an interview, sit down and BS. Why Jorge has a pillow on his lap, things get hot when I'm around. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, guys. So we got Jorge on your left, and we got Myke. You guys all know him from many, many videos on the right. And I just thought I wanted to sit these guys down, first of all, and tell you, thank you guys so much for letting me use your studio in the compound here. I mean, I even got a set of keys. It's crazy. I don't know. You guys don't know who I am. I can't be trusted. That's what I can't be. So if you guys wanted to give a little introduction, how long ride culture's been around, what is ride culture? Sure.
How long have we known each other now, George? Like 15 years? Something like that? Yeah, me and George have known each other for 15 years. I started ride culture back in the day, like as a college project, and it's taken several different iterations. And this is where we're at now. We're building parts for Indian motorcycles and designing other parts as well. Yeah, one day, George saw me working on this thing for like years, and we decided to make it happen. Right?
Pretty much, yeah. I saw the sweat equity he was putting in and thought, if he's going to put in this amount of effort into something, I can help a guy out.
So with a microphone, like, even with an accent, you still needed to point it yourself. Just like,
okay.
Don't lick the microphone. Don't.
George just likes to see me sweat.
Does that mean I got to say all that shit again? Or if I...
Nah, you're probably straight. I can turn up the
volume. Good God. I thought it was just a prop. And going by what it smells like, it's definitely a prop. You know.
Yeah, we'll share this. Okay. You want to start over?
No, we're straight. We'll make it work. As I can cut and stuff. All right, so when did you guys get started in ride culture exactly? Because I met you guys, literally, it's our 1-year friendship anniversary. Oh, things have gotten serious. You know,
things have gotten serious. You have keys and stuff.
Yeah,
you moved in. Yeah, you literally moved in. I think we started taking it seriously about 2 years ago, right, George? When we decided to start building parts.
Yeah, it was roughly 2 years ago. It was basically a scenario of, again, I'd known about ride culture for a long time, Myke doing it, and it was just sort of, okay, well, let's start doing the full incorporation legally. Let's start getting everything set. And that will be 2 years in December at that point. But otherwise, we only really started doing shit properly October of last year. So maybe a 1-year friend-iversary, but it's also just around about a 1 year of an official ride culture doing something fully and legally anniversary as well.
Yeah. So one thing about George is he's very much like the book guy and the check of the box guy. I full swing everything. But ride culture came out, you said, a year ago,
right?
Essentially. You guys have made one hell of a name for yourself already. Everybody knows who ride culture is. It's sweet. We all love your products. So many people have the M1 Bryant lights and the floorboards. I always, Jimmy Choppa, what is it?
Charles Choppa.
Charles. Yeah, I knew Jimmy or Charles, one of them fools. The Choppa floorboards and just so much other stuff. You guys have been at these events. The whole culture is just taking off. And can you tell me a little bit like how did you get the background to make bag lights? I'm going to talk about bag lights. That's what I have. I think that's what you guys are pretty much known for the most.
Right.
So what is like the process of setting up bag lights? And
well, the entire process of building a product, I actually got that stuff from, I used to work for Polaris. I was a technical curriculum developer, and I watched the process from conception all the way into a delivery of the product itself, release, and then sustainment. So I learned all that stuff, and George was actually there as well in the background doing all the data stuff.
Yeah, so I've been a consultant for years and years, for mostly with the data technology and software development, that kind of stuff. So there was a little part where we hadn't seen each other for a couple of years because stop there, yeah, and then that's where we met again. We're both at Polaris at the same time. I was doing a lot of the data analysis for the engine work and sort of like the black box that goes in there, and doing a lot of the analysis there, and also a large amount of the the more mundane data and type stuff that you'll get for sales. So it was right when Slingshot, is that a fucker?
Yep.
When Slingshot first came out, so I was tracking a lot of that and how that was going, and
Recalls too, you did.
I had to do those things. That was fun.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so then that's your engineering background. And then did you know when you were working for Polaris, did you go like, I got this great idea? Like, was this something that you've had on your mind? I know ride culture's been around, your thoughts have been around, and then the dream started coming through. True. Was it a dream that you're like, I've had this freaking dream since I was in Polaris and I want to do this? Or
Yeah, I had the dream like before Polaris. Like I said, like ride culture was like a college project for a while. I'm an 80s kid, right? So grew up in the 90s. Before the freaking internet, and I used to be a car guy, mechanical guy, pretty much the entire time. And I watched that stuff develop, and I knew that one day those car magazines we used to all get would disappear, and all the catalog ordering would disappear, and everything would go into the internet. So that's when I thought I need to build parts. And also, I really like working on cars and motorcycles, so I better do something to support that really expensive habit.
Man, it's funny how one can be with the other. Like, you love cars and motorcycles, right? Mm-hmm. And you love motorcycles and cars. Are you a car guy, George, or motorcycle car guy?
I know what wheels are.
You're the data guy.
I know somewhere where engines are, but no, I've always been. I've always loved the cars somewhat. Has it been front and center in my mind? I'm a sports guy. That's where it comes into it. So when it did come to that, there was the F1 in England, which was a lot more prevalent than, say, NASCAR and some of the other stuff here. But a lot of the Italian sports cars and the F1 was about the limiters I went to. But geez, who doesn't love going fast? That's the biggest bit on it. Well,
because of ride culture, you have now got your driver's license for motorcycle license. You bought a motorcycle. You have what do you want to say? What you have? What you own?
Oh, I jumped straight on board with the 2025 101 Scout, and honestly, after trying a couple of other things, that thing's been so nice to ride for me. Everyone's got their own preferences, but that's been a dream. Really has been.
Yeah, it is a great bike. I do agree with you on that one. But the good thing about having it here is it gives for opportunity for more development, which I want to preference this part real quick, is we all know what the M1 Bryant lights are. And nobody freaking hates them. We all love them. So much so that even in the year that I've known you, I've heard people saying, what about my classic bags? What about in the next gen? What about this idea? Not that I've had those. What about this and that, right? So here's the hard question. Where's everybody? Classic bag lights, or do you have plans to come out with another like M2 Bryant light or something? I don't know.
Yeah, so we have plans for all of the above.
Okay, we've been hearing that though for a year.
Yep. And by the way, Fish has a shit ton of ideas. Don't let him lie to you. Like a shit ton of ideas. Like I'm working on something and then Fish comes up with an idea. So I have like ADD. So I have to go figure that idea out, whether it's possible or not.
Like Dave's in audio.
Yes. So, the process for building a part is actually really, really complicated. It's not just like you think we're just going to come up with something and then all of a sudden it's on a shelf somewhere. So, the things we're trying to do, several of those things haven't been designed in the market and the electronics haven't been used in that certain way before, so we got to figure all that stuff out.
That's because you're using like stuff from high end. I know Insight, but you're kind of using like things that are done in the car world and you're bringing it to motorcycle, but high end car world.
Yes, like high end car world. That's why we visit the guys at Drivify, and they have supercars so that we can take a look at them and see how they work, and glean from some of those designs and bring them over. The other stuff is I do things kind of old school. There's some things that CAD technology can do, but then there's some things that CAD technology can't do. Like I still mold out of clay. Like you've seen it in the shop. All of a sudden there's like a block of clay on a piece of plastic, and then a couple weeks later there's an actual shape there.
I've literally seen products take shape. Yeah, exactly. And because I have so many freaking ideas, I'm over here like, hey, have you thought about doing this? What does this look like? Throw here, lesson here. I don't know. They gave me the keys to the shop. You asked for this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then after
no takey backies.
Yeah, no takey backies. So after clay modeling, then you go into 3D scan and fitting that exact piece that you made, making the corrections so it can be produced. And then after you do 3D scans, you go into literally 3D printing, which I think I have some over yonder, Jorge.
Right here.
Yep.
You want one?
Yeah. Yeah. So not only do we have, give me the white ones too. So not only do we have different 3D scans, like there's the initial scans or the initial prints, and they're very rough prints, and then you fix those prints and print out another one to figure out how exactly it'll fit and work and fit the electronics in there. It's just an entire process. And not only that, after we build this, we test them for fit and finish, and then also electronics. We got to torture test these electronics, so it takes a minute. Like Fish has some test stuff on his, and Casey has those test ones over there for like 6 months. So we develop something, we have people test it. We don't just let it out in the wild, or else we'll get complaints.
Which you haven't had many. I know there has been a couple weird things, which this will kind of go into it. Why you haven't, other than the fact that it takes you time to make it. We get that. But why hasn't it? What's the other reason?
We're trying to develop more things in the U.S.
Yeah.
Is the big part.
You mean get out of Asia?
Yep. Get out of building things in Asian countries, bring things back into the United States, mostly because I don't want to end up on Temu.
Did you already end up on Temu?
Like AliExpress, yeah, there's a couple things on Temu now that has shown up.
And they've had issues. That's how you found out about it, right?
Yeah, that's how I found out about it. That's because they were calling us about a product that wasn't ours, but we didn't sell them either. For sure, but it was a copy of our products.
And which is what kind of halted the production to start evaluating where you wanted manufacturing to take place.
Yes, because I don't want, both me and George don't want a product that's not actually ride culture that's being sold as ride culture. Yeah,
so you've told me ride culture is about quality.
Right.
When it's a premium brand. That's what Jorge says all the time. Mm-hmm. We are a premium brand, Fish. We don't rush anything. And some of that, sometimes you have to start taking into consideration where things are made, where things are assembled, right? I'm trying to put words in your mouth, but I'm just like summarizing the things. Like, listen, layman's terms. I'm retarded, so if I can understand it, I'll just say another guy, not you're retarded. If you know I'm talking to you, then you might be retarded. I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, end of the day, I mean, every product that anyone puts out, there's going to be some kind of warranty-based stuff on there. The idea, every single product we put out, is we don't want any returns. We don't want anything, any problems or anything. And that literally is what takes the time. We know there's been issues with other things, bollocks to all that, you can get to that. But the fact is, the aim is to have zero. And so if you're going to do that, if you were to open up some of the stuff that we've got coming up soon, you open up some older stuff from other companies, all the other things, you're going to see just a massive uptick in the quality of it, how durable it's going to be, the watertight, all of those little ideals and all the things that make something premium are going to have to be there. It's all well and good saying, oh yeah, we're premium, we're better than the other ones because of these things, but making that tangible, making that reality, that's what's taken us the time. And that's, for me personally, the most important part. I don't want to go out there and throw a bunch of shit at people and say, well, we'll take a margin on 80% of it. That's bullshit. I just want it all to be perfect, all to be great, which, I don't know, there's a line, obviously, we have to pass that, but my personal opinion and sort of standard for anything I do is don't build shit, just build proper quality stuff.
You know, and I think so aftermarket companies as a whole have often got the niche for that, for having cheaper stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And that's one thing where like OEM has always had the benefit. How often has somebody bought the OEM backrest and had an issue? Very minimal. But then you buy that Amazon backrest that happens to fit the same, looks very similar, all that, and it breaks with your 2-pound backpack or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so you guys maybe coming from the OEM world have been set with a standard of OEM standards, and it feels like you're bringing that standard, and if not more, to the aftermarket company, which not a lot of aftermarket companies bring that. Some do, some have higher standards than others, but like Temu doesn't usually. Okay.
Right. And we like to, or me personally, what I like to do is kind of backwards, right? I'd really like to deal.
Love it backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to really talk to our end clients, our end users. I like to develop with the IMRG. I also like to develop with other businesses as well. For example, Davidson Audio.
Yeah.
Davidson Audio, work with Lloyd quite a bit. These individuals that have been in the market, and we share information. There's a lot of people that don't like to do that.
Yeah.
They like to keep their stuff so bottled up, and then they end up designing in a silo and everything looks the same, and it's just not cool.
Yeah, I think that it's really interesting. We often say, I often say I'm working with empires or building an empire, right? Mm-hmm. And Davison Audio and us, I think that was the first time we really started talking about that. Mm-hmm. But just like the logo on your thing right now is showing TNA Custom.
Yep.
There is just another example. BC, these companies that we're working with, they all go that route. Mm-hmm. TNA, they take so much pride in being great carbon fiber, race quality, strength, everything. BC Customs, the amount of the stuff that he goes through, the steps and the quality, same thing. You guys are doing it, right? So I think in Davison Audio, another level of, everybody you said, Lloyd Greer, everybody that we're working with, and I've been lucky enough to call my friends, are all going with the same quality. Mm-hmm. But in that same time, it does take time.
It does take a lot of time. And the most important thing to me is when we all get together. You know what I mean?
Community.
Yeah, it's a community. It's the culture that we all create together, and it's different than going to an event where everybody's fighting against each other for basically in the same pool. Where here we're helping each other out.
Complementary.
Yep, it's very complimentary.
Synergy.
This community that we're in and the culture that we're
Hey, like talking to his a little bit. Just what is it? Haktua, spit on that thing.
No way. I'd have to stretch. I'd have to stretch for that.
You can get that whole thing in your mouth. You can.
Whoa. Where'd this podcast just go?
This podcast just got weird.
Oh man. But yeah, we do have a great community, and I think we're at a little low right now. I think going into winter, and that's kind of giving us an opportunity here at Ride Culture that you guys are getting ready to roll out that next product. Yep. Or a couple of products actually, and then Davison Audio. Started doing Davison Audio this winter. So, hey, you guys, if you're in the Midwest area, close to Minnesota, you want Davison Audio, Ride Culture is doing it. So you can go to rideculture.com, hit the audio tab, and then go on from there to figure out what works best for you. Including, which is something we get to work on pretty soon, the Springfield will be an option. So that's kind of fun.
Yes. Yeah, that's in development right now. Because somebody will want a Springfield.
Somebody is giving that Springfield away.
Yeah, that's true.
And actually not even giving it, auctioning it off. Unless Jorge buys it.
Oh, I'd buy it. Why not? I think the point out is if you're not sure, then you should still fill out the form and get in contact, just because, a lot of people are not sure because they have a decision about the finances maybe, but a lot of people just need to know more. Use that form, email, audio, whatever it is.
It's for the Davidson Audio on the website. Yeah. Right. There's a form in the bottom. Just fill it out, and one of us will get back with you and get a hold of you just to go over the process.
And that's the thing. It's not a guarantee of so if you do that, it's just like, you want to know more? We'll tell you more. Use that medium, and we'll just chat through it. If you don't do it, you don't do it. That's fine. We've made a friend anyway.
Yeah, and the thing about the questionnaire, it just helps gauge us, you guys, Brandon Davison, what your best fit is, not everybody, and also what your future goals are. So you could start with a 2-speaker package and eventually know, I'm going to have a freaking 8-speaker package or whatever. It just lets everybody know the game plan, and that's the easiest way to do it. Brandon Davison recommended it that way. He does it that way. But yeah, I'm excited to do that and play. It's not often in the winter, like we run out of projects. Mm-hmm. A lot of people this is the time, right? You hit Lloyd's up for the big bore kit. You hit whoever up for the new exhaust toast. You need your Davison Audio. Now's the time to do it, because when you go without your bike in the winter, we got to work on your bike. We did my bike. We got fun things coming on the Scout 101. I'm pretty pumped. This is going to be a good winter.
Yeah, good winter and it's actually the first winter in the shop where we have stuff. Because last winter we were just moving in.
It's true. We moved in December.
That is true. One more thing, about the Springfield. Mm-hmm. So we've already did Ride Culture stuff. We got Lloyd stuff. We got more painting stuff. Davison Audio stuff. Toast stuff. I think 210 maybe. Yeah. There's some stuff still happening to that bike. And then, we're going to take that to Las Vegas. Are you guys going? Are you guys committed?
Yeah, I'm planning on going. Are you planning on going?
TBD.
Okay.
I don't even know when it is. It's unlikely I'll do that one, because I've got
last weekend in January. So we're all going to meet up. 1901rally.com is an easy way of finding that. Facebook, there is an event already made. Big people are coming to it. It's going to be really cool. Owners of dealerships, owners of companies, TNA's. I'm pressuring him to be there so bad. TNA's coming. I think Toast is coming. I'm really excited. It's going to be a good little shindig.
That's when I'm going. I'll be in Florida, 25th to the 27th.
Oh, perfect. Then fly directly to Vegas, and you're on time. It's only the 29th, 30th, and 1st.
I'll go and hit up Brandon live in person and say, all right, Brandon.
Oh, yeah. Well, Brandon is not going to be there, but Bill Fisher with a C.
Bill Fisher?
Yeah, he'll be there. So Black Candy's not, but 414 Kev's going to be there. BC Cuss. The list goes on and on. Many IMRG chapters all over the country is planning on being there. So anyway, guys, that's for sure. You guys are going to make that. Everybody's going to that. I'm excited. And somebody's going to buy a bike at an auction. And then the proceeds will go back to Folds of Honor. So I'm not actually going to make any money off of it.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
it's definitely a great project to be a part of and to work on and getting the community together.
And the cause. Folds of Honor is a good organization. And you got a chance to even meet them and meet some of those guys, bike nights. And they've been coming to a lot of stuff, which is awesome. So, yeah, good things. So we have some notes here. How did we meet? I was like, how did we meet, honey? You know, I swiped right.
Yeah,
Actually,
you did swipe right.
Yeah, no, Angelo, I think.
No, it was Amanda Bramble.
Amanda Bramble.
Yeah, it was Bob.
Oh,
Bob,
yeah.
Yeah, Bob met us at Sturgis and started questioning you about ride culture.
And I was in Italy.
Yeah, you were in Italy.
Yeah.
And then you DM'd me on Instagram?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then we figured out that we live 30 minutes away from each other.
Yeah. Yep. And then Angelo pushed it because then I got the new carbon fiber fender and I had made the decision to go without the stock setup. I wanted to go a different route. And Angelo's like, well, you know, ride culture. And I'm like, oh yeah, ride culture. He's in my backyard.
Yeah.
Then I DM'd you.
Yep.
I slid into your DMs.
Slid into the DM and then you showed up at my house.
I know, you're like, here's my house address. I'm like, oh, this is moving fast.
And now you're moved in.
Pretty much. Pretty freaking much. I'm here a lot.
Yep.
I'm here a lot. It's been cool. I appreciate that because I get to use this kind of as a studio. We're working on things, shoot the podcast here at the compound. It's a fun spot that we can have community. You know, I mean, we've done multiple bike nights here.
The bike nights here are outrageous. They're pretty big.
Yeah, they're fun. I think we're just going to get bigger.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I'm pretty excited.
Do we have any funny stories?
Do we have any funny stories?
Yeah. I don't know. We just bullshit so much.
It's all fun. You guys got to come to a bike night.
Yeah.
The bike nights are really fun.
I'd like to go to a fucking bike night.
Yeah, you just keep skipping out though.
No, every time you talk about the bike night, it's the one weekend in that whole fucking quarter of a year that I can't do.
Yeah,
every fucking time.
Well, we just talked about Vegas. What does he say? Oh, I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah, way in advance.
That's the biggest fucking bike night of the year.
I'll think about it. Let's see.
So, a little more insight. So all these dealer owners and like high-end people, GMs and stuff that are talking about coming out to Vegas, the weekend before the auction is actually the corporate dealer meetings. And so a lot of these guys are doing just what I'm telling you. They're coming directly from corporate meetings to Vegas. So that's pretty cool that they're still willing and wanting to come.
We have probably the most famous bathroom for a compound.
Why is it famous? In fucking pictures?
Yeah, dude. everybody loves to come in
I
here.
has a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Even though it should say motorbike. Isn't that what you get? Or is that what it says?
It says motorbike. I has me a motorbike.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I've never read it with the accent, but that's exactly what it says.
Yeah, but okay, rant time. So that fucking face looking back at me when I'm having a piss. That fucker's got 6 fingers. Have you noticed that? 6 fucking fingers.
So Fish is gonna have to like put a B-roll of the bathroom pictures in there. It's just gonna keep growing.
And you genuinely look like you're taking a shit on yours anyway. Fucking, where did this even come from?
I don't know. Amanda decided to print out pictures and cool shit.
Why does Kevin look like a fucking child adoption? It looks like an advert for it. It's bad.
My mom was here the other day and she's laughing her ass off in the bathroom. We're like, oh, are you looking at the pictures?
Nothing like hearing your mum giggling away in the bathroom.
Yeah, that is funny. We'll put that. We'll put that. We'll show you guys right now. Oh yeah, that's good times. This really is a lot of fun here. So, and I'm excited for these next little running projects.
Yep.
Do you guys have any thing that you guys committed to next year, like Daytona, Sturgis, Durango?
We have a list.
Yeah.
Should we share the list?
Yeah.
Not all of them are we can share the confirmed ones.
Yeah, confirmed ones. Donnie Smith for sure.
Oh,
Smith?
Yeah, Donnie Smith.
for sure. Yeah, we're trying to get
That's
Black.
hometown.
We're trying to put Black Candy in it this year.
Yeah.
She should be in it, right?
I'd be upset if Black Candy wasn't in it this year.
I mean, last year she was just at the booth, but I'm thinking like, no, you need to be in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Winning shit as well, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kevin, Black Candy needs to make a showing.
Yeah. I was thinking that Spicy should go in it too. She's a little different. She got that tram stamp. Different. Yeah, she got that tram stamp. She got the wheels. She got the.
Yeah, she's got the upgraded audio system with an 8-inch.
Yep.
Yeah.
8 inches is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin has 12, but whatever.
It's not the size that matters.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. It'll be good. I'd like to get more Indians in the show. So if you have a custom Indian motorcycle, hit up the Donnie Smith show. It's in Minneapolis? St. Paul. Yeah, it's in St. Paul. So it's in St. Paul. You guys got to check it out. If you don't do it, just come check it out. I mean, the show's great. People are there. A lot of the builders are by their bikes. Great businesses are there. You know, Brian Clock's usually around. He's a cool dude to talk to. Yeah, I don't know. Ride Culture's going to be there.
Yeah, we're going to be there for sure.
Usually Indian Motorcycle St. Paul.
So don't fuck up the paperwork.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Yeah. Indian Motorcycles, St. Paul.
And Rogers.
And Rogers
Lloyd's Garage,
will be there.
yeah.
Lloyd's Garage will be there as well. The usual
Obviously,
folks.
Law Tigers and Buffalo Chip.
Yeah, Law Tigers.
Yeah, and
Buffalo Chip, absolutely.
yeah, and then
Spirit of the Chip.
yeah, it's the 85th. It's the 85th Sturgis rally this year too, so we'll definitely be there as well.
The other one we're confirmed for is going to be Daytona Beach, which is the
Daytona Bike Week.
Daytona Bike Week, not the TBD on Biketoberfest, but yeah, so we're going to be at the Indian dealership again this year.
Indian dealership
We've got
right
that
on
confirmed.
Daytona.
Looking forward to that. We're going to have a lot more of a mature setup than last year, and I'm really looking forward to actually being at that one. I wasn't there last year.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to that one, but we'll figure it out. I don't have. So
We might have to.
bring fish to play.
Yeah, bring fish.
I don't. I'm trying to think what I have. So I'm gonna do the Mexico ride here in a couple weeks. No, next week. Holy crap! Time flies. Then after that, January or Vegas is like top of mind. After that, Donnie Smith show. And then the only thing I'm actually confirmed on is Durango. I'm pretty much confirmed on Durango.
That's right,
again.
Durango.
Yeah, I'm gonna MC it again. So that I'm actually very excited for that. It's super fun. Yeah, and the more I do it, the better I get.
Yeah.
At least I feel like I'm better.
That reminds
You got to come and see the train wreck that I am, but you know. You know what I like to say about Sturgis? I never get to say for sure like, hey, I'm planning on Sturgis. But for me, it's a 1-day ride. I'll just jump on the bike and be there by dinner. So there's no reason why I can't make Sturgis.
Right.
As long as I got a place to lay my head at night and money to put in the gas tank.
Yeah. Going.
So yeah, that one I usually say I don't know, but usually I can make it happen.
Oh yeah, there's the 1901 rally in Kerrville, Texas as well, which was I went last year. And
Are you guys going this year?
I want to turn up this year because it's the smaller ones where I feel more at home than the big ones personally.
Yeah.
Again, it's the community feel over the mass.
Yeah.
Shove everyone in. Feel.
And that's what the 1901 rally is all about.
Yeah.
1901 rally is all about camaraderie and family and community. And I know that get together that he has, is it in March, April? I think it's in April. In April?
It's in April. It coincides slightly with Arizona Bike Week. So if that ends up being on the cards, then Mike and I would split our...
Oh, you're going to Arizona Bike Week too?
We've been looking at the possibility.
Okay.
I'm not sure on that one. We've been getting advice from our friend Micah Dean
at Dean Speed
fame.
Yeah.
He gave us a good recommendation, so we're looking at it at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced, but we'll see.
Okay.
If we'll make it, not that if it's good. We know it's going to be fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just so many things to do, so little time.
It's fine. He has to go. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah, when you gotta go.
Ride hard, poop fast.
Yep.
Arizona Bike Week. Did you know? So I thought of this because Arizona Phoenix is in that state. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm starting next week. So I'm meeting Adam Sandoval.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Rocky Point Rally. Mm-hmm. They say it's the Sturgis of Mexico. I feel like that has to be a good time, right?
It has to be a good time. Sturgis is a wild time. It's kind of, you know how Sturgis is. You make of it what you want because there's so many different things to do.
Absolutely.
I'm really curious to see what your experience is going to be.
I have a feeling it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. And you've got Bob.
Yeah, Bob, BC Customs is going, so I'm pretty stoked. And I had a subscriber send me money on my PayPal to buy cervezas for them.
So, buddy,
first round is on him. I was laughing.
He pre-bought you beers.
Yeah, I was laughing. He's like, I can't make it, but this one round's on me. It's so funny. I was like, okay, well, I don't drink a lot, but, sometimes. Especially if they're free, right?
Yeah.
Everything tastes better when it's free.
When it's free.
Free Chipotle, free drinks. Yeah,
exactly. Free's free.
Oh, man. All right, so Ride Culture, rideculture.com. Best way to find you. If you guys are looking at getting any Ride Culture products, go to their website. I also have it on my website. Not a big deal where you go. And new products to come. I've seen, you may have seen a little glimpse if you looked close. But yeah, there's some cool stuff coming from you guys.
Yep, there's some cool stuff coming. Again, we apologize for delays, but we're trying to bring everything back home.
Yeah, and sustaining the high end quality.
Yeah, sustaining the high end quality. And usually, if you have any technical issues, technical difficulties, or questions, this guy answers the emails or takes the phone calls or whatnot.
When we say we will get back to you, we literally mean we.
Us. Yeah, we will.
One of us.
Or if I can't get an email out, I'll literally just call you. So if you've got, if you fill out a form, leave your phone number, so we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
There's so many cool things in the group that we do that nobody sees. We all call each other all the time and check in.
Yeah, or the memes.
yeah, the meme wars that we send each other.
The bullshitting and the memes.
Yep.
The Fisher wars with a C or without a C. These are things that go on into the night.
Really interesting.
I think 2025, I'm going to do the channel a little differently next year. I'm not exact. I know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do a couple things new next year, a little bit different, who I work with, a little bit differently. I have to make some big decisions, big boy decisions on what events.
Are you asking for divorce right now?
Oh, no. Matter of fact, cosign.
Deal. Gotcha.
Cosign. I'm excited for next year.
I thought we were gonna break up just then.
Oh no,
Holy crap.
I'll cry. I cried in episode 1, so I can't I can't get emotional in episode 3.
Yeah. So actually, there's one thing I do want to talk about.
All right.
The other day, you showed me a picture of a Chieftain with a Power Plus motor. A very shitty Bigfoot looking picture.
Oh my God. Right? Okay, so this picture is going around online. And so I screenshot it and I sent it to Myke. Or no, I showed it to you.
No, you showed it to me. You were here.
And I was like, but I just don't understand. Our pictures can literally take images of the moon and people still walking on the moon. But when we go to take a picture of a motorcycle, we have to use Bigfoot's freaking camera? What the hell?
It's I get all these Diddy memes that are crystal clear, but this Power Plus motor on a Chieftain that I would love to see.
So would that? I know you love the Thunderstroke and everything, but would the Power Plus in a Chieftain
That was every stroke.
with especially them Thunderstrokes.
Yeah, especially the Thunderstroke.
Would you want to buy it? Would you buy that bike? Would you be in the market for that bike?
So one of the big things I like about the Chieftain is the way the body positioning is.
He's a small guy. You're Asian.
Extra medium.
You're an Asian.
Okay, fine. But like I fit well on a Chieftain, and I just like the riding ergonomics. Now you put a Power Plus motor on there. I think there's so many different possibilities. I'm really curious at how it'll ride. The motor seems like it'll be a little lighter. Is the Power Plus motor lighter than the Thunderstroke?
I don't know, actually.
Look it up.
Yeah, because
Technology, baby.
I mean, you could probably weigh the bite.
Yeah.
Like, is a Chieftain lighter than a Challenger?
that's a good question. Like, I should know that, but I don't. But
How much does an Indian Challenger weigh versus an Indian Chieftain?
thank God for Google.
It's 2 pounds lighter, even with that giant fairing.
Yeah.
So that goes to tell me maybe the
Maybe
Power
it'll be a
Plus
little heavier.
is lighter.
But see, it also revs higher. The shift points are different. So I don't know. I'm curious to see if it'll change the characteristics of the Chieftain.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like, how will it ride? Because I love the way the Chieftain rides normally. Especially
Imagine with the upgraded front forks, especially if they do like a performance version. Upgraded front forks, you have fully liquid cooled, higher revs.
Yeah, because the
So did you ever ride a Victory?
yeah.
Like a cross country?
Yeah.
Or any other? So the Power Plus is close to the Victory motor, that Freedom 106. So I think it would be a lot like that on steroids, but yet the ergonomics is still smaller because the Victory cross countries were known as such a big stretch. Everything was a stretch on that bike.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just really curious.
Man, so motorcycle.com showed that Polaris Industries, they coded VIN numbers for a frame-mounted fairing Power Plus motorcycle.
Interesting.
And that's all that's out there. Everybody go find that. They also did a 122 cubic inch air-cooled motor.
That'd be interesting.
So it sounds like they're not going to eliminate the Thunderstroke. It sounds like they're going to enlarge the Thunderstroke, but yet give people the option. Like me, I'm a perfect example. I've always said I wanted a Power Plus in a Springfield. So I'm the example of I love that motor, that platform, and giving me options on bikes, other than the Challenger, right? Some people in the Harley world, there's road glides and there's street glides, and they're the freaking exactly the same. Everything's the same except for the fairing. One is mounted to the frame and one is mounted to the forks. And then they'll go back all day, back and forth, which one's better. You got your street glide guys, you got your road glide guys. I think that is still a thing, right? So somebody can say it's easy to admit that the Power Plus has more performance than the Thunderstroke. It's different, I know. It's more horsepower, torque, whatever. Still more performance. So there's people that want that, but yet maybe they hate the look of the Challenger.
Yep. Yeah.
And so they will just refuse to go to the Challenger because they hate the look. But you give
people also don't. There's people that don't like the look of the Thunderstroke.
the Chieftain or the motor?
The motor.
Nobody says that.
Dude, I've heard it a couple times.
It's a pretty good looking motor.
It is a good looking motor. It's just some people's preferences, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what
like the sound.
You like the sound.
I love the
You'll
sound
never
of
get the sound out of overhead cams that the Power Plus have. So, yeah, I'm excited for that, and I hope that it breeds into the Springfield.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I've said it before. The Indian Springfield is the redheaded stepchild of the Indian motorcycle brand. We now have a second iteration of the Scout. We have a Chief complete redesign. FTR came out at 19. By 21, in March of 21, they rolled out a 22, brand new FTR, completely different with smaller wheels. Reach was different. Everything's different. Then Sport Chief comes out, right? Challenger comes out. Pursuits come out. Chieftains came out in like 16 or whatever, or 14 or whatever it was, doesn't matter. Then they got an upgraded fairing and they changed and their motors went from 111s to 116s. All this has happened, right? Mm-hmm. The fucking Springfield is still the same bike.
That's true.
It's literally the same bike. Other than the 111 to 116. So they might go to 122. Maybe they never get the Power Plus motor in it.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about the Springfield, though. It's like you kind of know it's just going to be there.
Yeah, I just want the big motor. I just want the performance motor with inverted front forks.
Yeah, I can't
drop a 112 in it. By the way, motorcycle.com did indicate that Polaris Industries made a VIN code for a 112 cubic inch liquid cooled motor. Also, they obviously didn't say what that was. Do you think that if they do that, they'll come out with like the new, like the Elite will have it, or like the ST? Like
it would make sense that it would be in the Elite or a performance version.
Do that for like 1 year, and then the next year you start giving them more options.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll offer a big bore kit, because that's what they did with the 116s on the Thunderstrokes. Mm-hmm. They had 111s, then they came out with 116s, or did they come out with big bore kits? But either way, the big bore kit and the 116 from factory came out, I think, fairly close to the same time. I think 2025. So here's the other thing. By the way, I keep taking over. So if you got a spot, start talking.
I'm good.
Okay, so here's the other thing. You would know this, and you can say this now. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much known, it's been out there, that Indian Motorcycle does 5-year increments. Mm-hmm. Okay, so next year is 2025. Mm-hmm. The Indian Challenger came out in 2020. It would make sense if we are hitting that 5th year model. It doesn't always have to be like a complete change,
right?
But kind of the retouch up.
Yeah, it does also line up with the 85th year of Sturgis, which you would want to do some sort of big release. You know? Yeah,
like how about an adventure bike?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the Pan America freaking killed the industry in 2020. I mean, they did they sold out as fast as they could get them in. I believe Harley Davidson's having a hard time selling them now, which that would suck because Polaris would be like, yeah, we're not going to that market. But I don't know, adventure bike would be freaking cool. They have the FTR platform. It's right there.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Do you think we'd have enough big enough market for it?
For adventure bike, it's like the biggest motorcycle growth market in the country.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I think behind women is the next biggest. Mm-hmm. But that's because you started at such a low number that you go. It doesn't take a lot to hit 500% growth when you started with 2 people. But regardless, so those are the things I would like to see. My favorite thing that Indian's done is made Harley Davidson come out with the CVO STs, the big motors, I don't know if you know that the new CVOs, they have like 5 ride modes. So they have street standard, sport, rain, and then 2 custom, where you can even customize your engine braking. You can customize all of that stuff. And so I think those are things that Indian's you can't just roll out what you've been doing. Right. You have to, we came out, Indian made ride modes before Harley. I believe other people had ride modes before Indian, so I'm not trying to say they invented the wheel. But now that Harley has done that, Indian has to do the same thing or something, which would be cool, because I like to engine brake when I'm riding aggressive. I don't like to always be like on the brake, Right. So, I don't know. What else you got?
You got anything, Jorge?
Okay, here's a question for ride culture.
Sure.
So, on a data analyst, what are some of the things that you look for products or do you just like when Fish walks in and I'm like, I need this? What's kind of some of the things like on your side that you're looking at?
It's a good question. Honestly, I ask myself that because, in case it's not known, I have never ridden a motorcycle in my life until June on a Friday, and then I somehow passed my endorsement on the Sunday. So that was fucking stupid, but I did it anyway.
I see our standards are high.
Hey,
but where are you from again?
I am from London originally.
London,
I've been in Minnesota for over 15 years, hence known this guy for over 15 years.
So, but in London, don't you have to get two different licenses? There's like one that's like, is it CC version? So like one is under 1,000, one's over.
If you got a 50cc hairdryer, then you can pretty much do what you like. That's fine. Now the difference is our roads are very different to the roads in the US as a standard. So there's no such thing as a straight line for one. Country roads, I don't know if you've seen it. Look up YouTube, English country roads.
You guys use the metric system, right?
I'm the most confused individual on what I'm actually using these days. I just go with what's there. Apart from Celsius, just makes sense. But to flip to that question of, so I got the 101. I got it in white. Everyone was saying, get it in white, it looks better. I think they both look fucking amazing. Doesn't matter. So, but I was looking at it. I was standing at Sturgis with it at the Lloyd's garage booth, just walking around it thinking, well, I want to make this mine. What do I want to change? And I was finding that a very difficult thing to answer, if I'm honest, because I love the... You want to cuddle up?
We're going to cuddle up. Move over. There we go. I think we can get it. There we go. I'm just going to sit in between both. No, I got it. All right, here we go. 3 dudes, 1 couch.
I think that's a Tom Selleck movie.
Oh, man.
3 dudes, 1 couch.
So you didn't see much that you wanted to change?
Well, I was looking at it and I was thinking, so much of this bike is already really nice. Now... because I'm looking, I've always been thinking about my own custom paintwork. I mean, it's a dumb thing, but yeah, but that bike is so nice out of the box, I don't want to do anything to it. So I'll give it a couple of years before I do that. As I look at some of the other bikes that have been around, like Mike's bike it's black. I always wonder, what color scheme do I really want to go for? End of the day, I want to make an entirely bright yellow bike, and that's not it. So I'll have to just paint the entire fucking thing yellow.
We need another shop bike to have an all yellow one.
Honestly, though, it's a difficult one to answer because I don't know my specs as anywhere near as much as say you two guys do. And so I know it's a 1250. I know it's I know when I ride it, it's a higher rev, and that's pretty good for me because that's what I was practicing on my practice bike with after the fact. And so all of those things are stuff that I'm not there for, not yet anyway. So when I look at it, I'm looking from the aesthetic point of view. And when I'm looking at aesthetics, I find myself asking, well, why is there fucking holes down this exhaust? What are these things doing? Those are the things that gets me more curious, that gets me more to sort of, well, if you start customizing, what are you losing? What are you gaining? What are you building in? So I don't know. I just want my bike to be pretty, but I also want it to stand out. At the moment, it's the same as every other Scout 101. It's over there, by the way. That's
so yeah, we're all over here like looking right at it.
Yeah.
And in America, we like our motorcycles loud. It's set up for Europe right now. I don't know. Do you like loud motorcycles, or is your London side like?
No, I like
quiet down over there, Sonny.
What kind of accent was that?
That's my London. That's crackers and fish.
There's a little bit of an aside, but I'm walking my daughter into school this morning, and there's a bunch of kids. They couldn't have been older than like 8. They were sitting there saying, "Yeah, I want a bottle of water. Yeah, mate, yeah." And they were just all taking a piss out of something. I don't know what. And I'm just standing looking at them, thinking, "Is it fucking me? What do you know? What the fuck is this?" They were really going for it, and they were doing it really well. That was the worst part. They were nailing it. Tuesday, getting the Bugatti, yeah, fire up the missus, yeah, you love it, all that shit. But But yeah, I don't know, we think loud motorcycles are obnoxious because we're fucking English and we complain about fucking everything. But that one, I like the volume of it because I don't need to. I'm not experienced enough to go on a highway where some fucker can run out and destroy me because all of those things. What I do want is audio on it, but it's not built for that kind of thing at this point by any means. It's not what the place is to put it.
We'll get you a Springfield. We'll make it bright yellow. Put audio on that.
Yeah, give me a fucking Springfield.
Yeah.
Make it bright yellow. Put audio on it.
Yeah.
I'll be the most obnoxious fucker in the world.
Throw another shrimp on the bar.
It's not even my country. What the fuck's this? Well, genuinely, what I do think, though, and this is more of a general observation, is, I mean, we've got IMRG member, a fella called Lance. Night Lance is what he's on. He does a lot of veteran stuff. He's really cool. He's got a beautiful red bike with gold like accents and stuff, and it looks fucking beautiful. We got spicy candy and black candy with all these accents and color things that just make it pop. I mean, I like Mike's. Not a dig, mate, but the simplicity of Mike with the black and the carbon fiber. Just
We like
really
Mike's
meld in
because
together.
it's nothing special.
Exactly. Bland.
It's got 2 speakers. Fucking weak, but it's actually I've got 4 now.
It has 4.
I got 4 now.
But as you look around, as I look around at everyone's motorcycle, and that's what I'm missing with mine at the moment. I look at people's individual motorcycle and I think you've put effort into that because that is yours. There was a fella called Tim. He came by. He did an audio install, but he one day he drove up on this custom terracotta burnt orange bike, and it was a Indian Chief, I believe.
Yeah.
Classic
Chief.
2016,
Yep.
and it's the most beautiful bike I've ever seen. No offense to old Spicy out there, but it was so good, and that's what draws me to this industry because it's not just power, performance, the freedom of riding. That stuff's cool, but it's just complemented with you look into a regular parking lot. You're seeing a grey car that looks like an SUV. Is it a fucking Honda? Is it a Volvo? Who the fuck knows? They all look the same. There's no personality to anything. This shit over here has a shitload of personality. That's what's drawing me to it. That's why I'm liking it. That's why I'm sitting here working with Mike. As he puts these lights on, he does all this other stuff, and I'm thinking that's what people want because they want to make it theirs. We're going to get different lens colors and all these different things that are just going to make it,
Right.
That's what's so cool about all this stuff. That's what draws me in. 1250cc Thunderstroke, tugging, whatever, all the different things.
What is the name of that motor again? I can't remember.
I don't even.
They call it something.
For what?
Your motor.
The Scout motor.
Oh, that was we looked it up the other day, didn't we?
It was the name. It has a name. They're calling
Superpower plus or something stupid. No, it really is that lame. It wasn't anything good. They didn't take advantage of anything fun.
What is it? What is it? Hang on. All right, let's see. Let's see the power of Google. What is the name of the Indian Scout motor?
Speed Plus.
Speed Plus.
See, I told you it was lame.
But it's fast and more. That's American right there.
It's London quiet though, so we're fine. No complaints from Betsy over the way. That's,
I'm just glad you don't got a toast exhaust on that thing.
Do you know why I've never done an American accent? Because it's fucking rude.
I have never heard you do an American accent.
Hey, hang on. Do an American accent. Sorry, that's college.
Just run into a wall. Fucking that'll do it. It's insulting if I do that. That's the problem. It's,
We're asking you to do it.
I'll slap my hot dog out of my wife's mouth. And I'll down look up and I say, I seen it. I seen it. I can't do an American accent.
Well, it's about as good. It's about as good as my London accent or English.
Well, no, maybe I should do a Canadian one and then just say that it's Australian or something. I'm fish. Oh, take the shit off me.
All right, here, I'll double fist it. All right, guys. Thanks, Myke. Thanks, Jorge. Another great episode for sure of the Fish Bowl, where we just sit around and talk with our friends and talk about things that we think are interesting, including fish on Barbies and our fish on
Our famous bathroom
and knocking hot dogs out of wives' mouths, apparently. Oh, no. Ride hard, ride fast inside of somebody you don't know. Peace.